I should probably do a pop out of the chat so that when I do that, and that. Turn this down just a hair. All right. There we go. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. It has been a bit of time for the last couple weeks. I've been very busy between work and having to do other stuff. But I am back. I think most of my obligations that I've had over the last few weeks that have kind of kept me from doing a whole lot, are pretty much good for the time being. I'm pretty much, just kind of not fluffed it off, but, just pretty much, done with that. And then, I did kind of fluff off a little bit of the stuff where, you know, they asked me, hey, can you do this or that? And I was like, you know what? I think I'd rather just not do that right now. So hello. Hey, Mario. So yeah, decided I got a show at the end of the month. I am doing MMA right this second because of some issues that I've had with college basketball. We'll see if that changes in the future. But we'll check that out. It's a shame because I didn't want to not play it. Like I wanted to be able to play it, but it's having some issues right now that I'm hoping is just maybe an update issue with RPCS3. We'll see though. We'll see. I'll keep trying. But for right now, I can at least play WMMA. We've got something at the end of the month here. I think for absences, I feel like the whole I feel like where was the event history? I feel like the season stuff that I was trying to do already hit a big snag. And honestly, I don't think I was as ready for it as I would have liked to have been anyway. There is a point where I'm looking at potentially I talked about the idea of maybe at some point ending this. I don't know. I can get through like 10 years maybe. You know, I get to like the 10 years. I think I did talk about, where is it? Isn't like investments? Corporate. That's what it was under. I'd have to do 15 years old for the company. Have 10 people inducted into its Hall of Fame to build a physical Hall of Fame. I'm not sure if I'll get to that point. Andy, 39 is a large number. It very much is. But I've had different ideas with this game. Like 2005 is still good. We're going to start getting to the point to where I don't really know as many people because a lot of the people that I watched back then when I first got into UFC are in the game already. So obviously I'd still have a few more years with them. 39, 56. What the fuck is your problem? So they're in here and I'd still have a few more years with them, but I don't know. There's a point where I wanted to, Andy is not 39. I know, joke is completely ruined. There was some stuff outside of this that I kind of wanted to try. Someone had made sort of like a boxing mod, and I wouldn't mind trying that. As well as potentially turning off, I think, the recuperation lengths. I think the recuperation lengths was one of those where, you know, I would be doing something a little bit different. I did have an idea because I forget what it was called. I wanna find it real quick because it was on YouTube, and I want to say, was it team boxing or team fighting? There was a league. There was a league. Is it Team Combat League? Is that what I'm thinking of? I think it was. I want to say Team Combat League was what I was looking at. I bet if I looked at one of the live things from there, it made me feel interested in potentially having something along those lines in the confines of this game. Although I feel like with that, I would have to kind of turn off the recuperation lengths. But then again, I'd mostly be having guys doing like a maximum of like 2 rounds maybe. So, always a possibility. It's something that I kind of wanted to do, but I don't know. I don't feel like stuck in this, but you know, I feel like it might be one of those things that eventually I might want to move to something else. Because how long have I been doing this? A lot of these, you know, I max out at like 6-7 years with this. I think I'd love to know playlist wise. I want to look at my playlist real quick just to see, when did I start doing this? My very first one 6 years ago, September 2nd, 2018. So while I've definitely slowed down in a lot of this, yeah, we're coming right up on almost 7 years of this, and then 8 years of actually being and doing a part of this. So I might change it up. This might be one of those things that I'll change up. But at least finish out like the year. I mean, we're still in April, so I'll finish out the year, and then maybe when I get to the end of 2005, I'll think about like what I want to do. Because yeah, I'd love to try to do like a team sport thing. You know, I do a lot of stuff like that already. So yeah, we'll see. But either way, we've got a show at the end of the month. I think I'm gonna have to probably go back to my elevation stuff. 9 years ago. Oh, it was 2018. So yeah, it was September 2018. So yeah, we're coming up on 7 years. It'll be 7 years in just over a month with that. Hollywood Movie Studio 9 years ago. God, was it that long ago too? Jesus. But yeah, I think I might have to go back to doing an elevation again. Because I feel like the ideas that I had for like a season here just didn't work out so well. I feel like I'm going to have to cheat the system just a little bit if I do that. But on the other side of that, I might just end up doing something completely different. So something I'll look at here. Let me look at the absences. I think we got a lot of like, we got some 5-dayers. We got a couple 5-dayers. Honestly, I could probably come up with an elevation now. Let me look here. Which number was it? 4? All right. So RFC elevation 5 is what we're looking at. Whoops. And we'll figure out what that's going to be. So Saturday, week 2 in May. Lesser show. Advanced national. Is it lesser show? I'm doing throwaway, right? Yeah, low level national, throwaway. Autofill it. Let me see here. Kentucky, Kansas, Louisiana. Louisiana in May doesn't sound great. Minnesota. We haven't been to Minnesota ever. No major shows. I mean, this isn't really a major show anyway, so unregulated region, but we'll still do drug testing. $150 each. We'll do that. Nope, don't advance the number system. We'll figure out what we're going to do with that. This isn't played up. No, it's not played up. Let's see. Popularity. Let's do both guys 3 months at least. Actually, let's do a 6 months just to see if there's anybody there. Yeah, there's quite a few people there. So, yeah. Guys who haven't fought in 6 months. High level regional. Let's see. Correa, Mark Kerr. Let's see if Correa or Kerr. I don't see anything as far as Sean O'Hare. Well, but he just fought, so he's not around right now. Let's see. Teligman, Orlovsky, Mark Kerr. I think also had something out, but I don't really see it. So Kerr versus Kosaka, Correa. That's pretty close. Kerr's out for 6 days. This will be a main show fight, but not a main event. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. Kosaka, Gallman, Novak. That'd be pretty close there. Main show fight, but not a main event. Yeah, we could do that. Two guys. These guys haven't fought each other before, right? All right. And let me take a look at the other ones just to see people. Okay, there's quite a few people. Oh my god. All right, we can find some lightweights. I'm gonna find some lightweights here, like Uematsu. Someone had to have challenged Uematsu. I guess not. Let me look at maybe some guys he could fight. This would be a strong main event. Naoya Uematsu, Cole Escovedo. They're very close. Low-level national, mid-level regional. One guy is actually ranked. We'll throw that up there, and we might actually make that our main. James Jones, I think, is a guy who would be on our main card. Diaz, Hirono, Dulante. Any of these guys. Dulante, Magalhães is not there. Yamazaki and Yamamoto. Yamamoto's not there. So Yamazaki Diaz. That's pretty close. So let me see here. August, September. Let me look at more if there's more August guys. Nope, everybody's in September. Make it onto the main show. I think we could probably throw like a main fight on there. Yeah, Miki versus Diaz. Throw another lightweight fight on there. Yamasaki versus Loudon. Throw that on there. Middleweight. Are we going to throw Royce Gracie on a throwaway show? High level regional. You can fight Nuri Shakir. That'd be the semi-main. Him and Eddie Ellis is pretty close. I mean, him and Eddie Ellis are pretty close. Potential main event. We can make that the semi-main. This is where Royce Gracie is in 2005. What would be like our light heavyweight main bout here? We'll put like Gasaway up there. Let me see. September, August. Bene, Martin. Let me take a look at their ranking. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do Gasaway. All right, so there's not really anyone there. Ooh, Rashad Evans. There's nobody that is a good fight for Rashad Evans. Unless I have him beat up. Malenko. Let me look at like Justin Martin. There's like nobody. Martin, Wes Gasaway. Martin's got a bit of a record though. These two just fought less than a year ago, unfortunately. I think we could do this. Main show fight, but not a main event. So that'll be our light heavyweight main bout thrown up there. And then Correa versus Kerr. Probably a little bit higher up. That'll be... Yeah, so we'll throw on maybe one of each after this. Let's see. Martin Gasaway. Should somebody be fed to Evans? I feel like someone might need to be fed to Evans. There's nobody. There's not really a good fight out of this, so I might have to move that out to 3 months, see who we get from there. Belfort, Sakara. I'm sure we could find somebody for Gasaway on the lower end. Who is it? Monet is in Minnesota. Jerry Bolander. Lance Gibson. I think Jerry Bolander. He's almost at that 6-month mark anyway. And we'll need at least another middleweight fight. Iwase and Nuri Shakir, Brightman. These guys fought almost 2 years ago. These guys fought over 2 years ago. I think the Brightman fight is a little bit closer. Just making onto the pre-show. That could be our opener. And we could probably throw another. Was Kamaka and Shakir? What'd that get us? Main show fight, not a main event. Both guys are on a losing streak. Might be an interesting fight. Kamaka's definitely a strong favorite going into that, though. So probably not the best booking by me, but it is what it is. We'll just kind of break that up just a little bit there. And yeah, Uematsu versus Escovedo. There you go. Strong main event. I'll take that. Gracie being the potential main event there. And then everybody else. Main show fight, but not a main event. I'll definitely take that. We do need to do, let me see here. That's Minnesota, Colorado. I think we do need to throw in our actual main show, Saturday, week 4, May. That's a major show. That's Advanced National. We put that in there. When was the last time we were in Jersey? October. Yeah, I think we could do that. What about like Massachusetts? When was the last time we were in like Boston? July 2004. What was Jersey again? October 2003. Okay, so it's been a while. It's been a while. So we'll do that. See if we can't get some bigger names here. What do we got? Sean Shirk, Dutra Jr. Did we already book a middleweight title fight? How about our heavyweight title fight? I think we got a heavyweight title fight coming up. Arlovsky, I'm pretty sure, got challenged and accepted. Frank Mir challenged it. There's a heated thing between Powell and Gary Goodridge. Arlovsky, Tim Sylvia. All right. Arlovsky versus Tim. Oh, my Lord almighty. Why was this challenge accepted? Bob Sapp was also there, too, but I think we got Bob Sapp somewhere else right now, right? I think he's in a new show, but we'll put the heavyweight title on the line. Superb main event. All right. Look at Tim Sylvia is going to get eaten. Playing these Batman GameCube games. What games were those? Trying to remember what those were. I don't know why I only am remembering like, and obviously the Lego games were like 360 PS3 era. I don't think I've played the Batman GameCube games. I bet you we could probably find another one here. Marquardt. Best suited to the prelims. Fucking Marquardt versus Liddell. Wow. All right. Is there a middleweight one? Someone had to have challenged Shirk, right? Dutra Jr. versus Carlos Newton, but I don't see Carlos Newton up here. Shirk versus Dutra Jr. All right. Well, they challenged each other and accepted, so I guess we'll run that. See what our lightweight one will be. Potential main event. Let me see here between Yamamoto, Jones, and Douglas. What do we got? Douglas Gomi, Douglas Uno. Yamamoto, Yamazaki. I see Din Thomas, Hirose, but no, I'm looking for... No one's challenged James Jones. James Jones isn't out here. David Douglas. Uno and Gomi, but I don't think Uno or Gomi are available right now. Doesn't look like it. So I could do Yamamoto, Douglas. This would be a strong main event. I'd be putting another belt on the line. What does his fight history look like? Lost to Gomi, came back against Nogueira, came back against Latoul. Fight history wise, Grimshaw, Gomi, Nunes, Uno. So should this be his first title fight? It'd be a strong main event, but yeah, I think we could do it. I think we can run it. All right. After this, though, I think at this point, we're just kind of looking for stuff that would fill it out decently. Sensov, Rodriguez, Overeem. See if these guys got anything. Don't really see anything that pops out at me. Overeem, Remco Pardol. I don't think Pardol's around, though. Oh, he is. Pardol, Overeem. Yeah, I mean, that was a challenge, so we'll throw that in. I feel like Bobby Olagun should get a fight. Sean O'Hare, Olagun. Olagun's not a great fighter unless you're his wife, so let me see if we can find a decent one. Modi Horenstein. Hollywood Movie Studio once a year. Well, thank you. I do need to I had looked before at possibly doing it again. I'm not sure. I think I downloaded the files at some point, and I think I still have it sitting around, but I feel like it needs to be modded pretty well at this point. I think it also runs on Visual Basic like TEW and this does. I believe. Pretty sure. Or a version of it at least. Just make it onto the main show. What does it say? Is there another heavyweight I kind of want to put up there right now? Steve Lee, maybe. Could we find a Steve Lee fight? Brandon Lee Hinkle. That's best suited the prelims, though. Teligman. Someone had to challenge Steve Lee, right? No, we're not. Steve Lee isn't a guy worthy of fighting anymore. Let's see here. He's currently unranked. Brian Johnson, Bobish. He's still much better than Olagun. I'll put Olagun in there and just have Horenstein. All right, light heavyweights that I want to put in there. Liddell, I think, is definitely going to be one. People have challenged Liddell. I'm almost positive of it. Who's been challenging Liddell? Nobody wants a piece of Noguera, but I don't think Noguera's around. Mayhem's a little out of his reach with that one. I bet you I could find someone else for Mayhem though. Nah, I want to find a Liddell fight. I want to find a Liddell fight first, then I'll find a Mayhem fight. Could do Marquardt. That could go either way, honestly. Best suited the prelims for these two guys, Liddell versus Marquardt. These are like two single-digit ranking dudes, too. What is your problem? No. They want to fight? We'll let them fight. We'll put that up here as our... In fact, I'll see, they technically are putting it like... Yeah. Let's see. We still need another light heavyweight, middleweight. All right, so yeah, we still need kind of one of everything here. Well, at least for the lower tiers. All right. Let me find a Mayhem fight. Sabral. Everything else is kind of on the... prelims. Benji Radek. Rich Franklin, Jose Landy Johns. Are either of those guys here? Don't think so. Doesn't look like it. How about Belfort? Quentin Jackson. Yeah, I don't really see anybody. Shit. If anything, we can probably move Mayhem to main eventing the prelims. Sabral. Shogun. Yeah, there's not really another one. Maybe Shogun. It's still kind of a isn't a good career move. He isn't known well enough. I mean, we're talking high level regional versus mid level regional. Just get the fuck over it. I'll pay you the $6,000, but shut up. Shut up. Someone had to have challenged George St. Pierre. Kunioku, Robbie Lawler. All right, I see St. Pierre. I see Kunioku. Why? Well, who made the challenge? I think it was St. Pierre, but it was accepted. So dumb, but we'll take it. Bet you we can find another one. Burnett Diaz. Nick Diaz, Dennis Hallman. Both of them are here. This also feels like a prelim fight. I think I'm gonna throw you on the prelims. We'll take a look at the lightweights here. James Jones, Kitaoka, Tamura Yamamoto, Tamuro Pulver. I don't think Jens Pulver's in here. No. Nothing I see I could do here. James Jones and Tamura. Takoro. He did fight Takoro. It's very, very close between the two. They haven't fought in about 3 years. Let's see here. I think because they haven't fought, even though Tamura's at minus 300, we'll take a chance here. James Jones coming in with a... Yeah. I think that'd be a little bit more up there. No. They'll be a little bit higher up along with that. And we'll try to throw another lightweight in there, I think. DeCoon's on a losing streak. I feel like we could probably find somebody. Din Thomas. It's still pretty close for both of them. Imaizumi. See if there's anybody else who challenged that. Middleweight might have somebody too. High level regional, mid level regional. Kenny Florian. This is high level regional. You know what? I'll make that our opener. All right, we'll go to the prelims. Watch it for years. One of the famous streamers. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? A lot of it, as far as me being bigger and more people experiencing it, it probably comes down to my just not having a schedule, not having set amount of times, and not really, and then having days like, having times like I've had this month where I had like 2 different, basically like 2-week off periods because I was busy working on a bunch of other stuff outside of this stream, and that definitely hurts you when you're a live streamer. So I definitely wouldn't blame anybody who doesn't really show up for that. I bet you we could find a Tim Lajic, Sean O'Hare. I think we could do that. I think we could do Lajic, O'Hare. There we go. Let's throw, let's see here. Can we find somebody for Dirty Bob? Let's see here. Tom Erickson, Fulton. Ooh, we gotta have a Don Fry fight. You know what? We gotta have a Don Fry fight. Hopefully someone decent. Ooh, Michelauge. He is the favorite going into that, though. I'd rather Fry at least be like a Don Fry for Fabricio for Doom. I don't want a tomato can anybody for Fry, but I think a tough fight against Verdum, maybe. It's very close. All right. It's a couple heavyweights. Throw a couple light heavyweights in there. Let me search her up here. Let's do like 3 months. Let's take at least that out. Anybody here that I want to put in? I definitely want a Forrest Griffin fight. Dave Monet would be interesting. Parisian, Lieben hasn't fought. That's a pretty close between the both of them there. Griffin, Lieben. Can we find a fight for Rashad? Is that possible? That isn't just going to be a minus 8,000. Govea might be our best shot. Unless I put like Dave Monet out there. Could be a good fight. I think I'll do that. I think I'll do Rashad Evans, Dave Monet. Middleweight. Any middleweight guys I want to put out there? Shields, Brennan. Black. Let's see. We'll do Chris Brennan, Jason Black, and then Wang maybe. Taki Iwata just broke his losing streak. Kenneth Alexander might be what I want there. Let's take a look at a couple lightweight fights. Is there a guy I want to put up here? Aoki? You got to put Shinya Aoki up there for somebody. Let's see. Hominick. I want Aoki to win, though, or at least have a close fight. Imaizumi? I think I'd work with that. Yeah, Dave Monet was my champion. I mean, but then again, that's the thing there's a real difference between the early MMA guys and the mid 2000s MMA guys. It's ridiculous. Is there a guy? Bennett needs a fight. Bennett's getting a fight. All right. Paulo Dantas is pretty close. Bennett is a slight favorite against Olivier. I might go with that. Bennett can still have a good hard fight, but still win. Yep. We're going to go Bennett up a little bit higher. Black Alexander there. I think we're good with that. Was this low of a regional? I mean, Griffin and Lieben are not quite there yet, so I'll push them down just a little bit. Yeah, I think that might be good. Diaz Hallman, Don Fry for Doom. Yeah. All right. So Arlovsky versus Sylvia. Let's run it. Hey, is a trivia answer. Yeah, the most random of champions that I had. What was he? Was he the light heavyweight? He made 2 defenses too. I forgot about that. He had it for nearly a year. Had it longer than Rich Franklin. I think it was because... No, he beat Rich Franklin for it. Yeah, Rich Franklin only had it for 3 months. Wait, what is the... Oh, no, he was... What? Oh, I looked at it wrong. No, Franklin beat him. Parisian... Kara Parisian only had it for a few months, though, before Monet had it, and then... Yeah. All right. So I think we're good. I think we're good at least through next month. So I'm not going to really worry too much about that. We can finally, after 40 minutes, get on here. Sylvia and Arlovsky, two have been at loggerheads for a while now. Cabbage versus O'Hare. All right. Yeah, I think I wouldn't mind doing something like, because I think they have something that's kind of close to, fuck, what's the TEW? It's the thing that I did, Afghanic Genesis. I think they had something kind of like Afghanic Genesis, but with MMA. And running some sort of, boxing promotion. Especially a team boxing promotion would be interesting. Newton's decided he'd benefit from training elsewhere. Still nothing here, so that's good. Oh, what do you got now? Stephen Quadros has now left Revolution after his contract expired. Can I renegotiate to bring him back? I think that would be good. I'll pay you $2,500 again. Yeah, exclusive non-fighter. Make that offer. Yeah, I think Quadros has been doing well with us. Plus, I don't think there's a better guy out there right this second. Fortunately, we have some time to make sure that we have someone for him. Yeah, let me look here. Let me look at the characters. Not a fighter. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to... Akira Maeda. Wasn't he a wrestler? I'm not crazy with that, right? Eddie Bravo. Let me see here. Was Quadros? Let me look at my it's not media. Broadcast team. Rogan Rutan. Joe Rogan, Boss Rutan. So, I mean, I guess we don't technically need Stephen Quadros, but does it tell me like if they were... Yeah, Quadros, Rogan, Rutan. We've been doing that for a little while now, right? Like Quadros and Rogan. Yeah, I mean, he's been around for a while. We can keep him around. Was Steve Lee worse? I don't know. Steve Lee wasn't great. Signed Dana White. Was Dana White there? Oh, he was there. Currently works for UFC under contract. Expires in 5 years. How about available for hire guys? John McCarthy's over there. Let me see here. I want to see if any names jump out. because I don't think John McCarthy was all that great at the commentary. Yeah, it's why he's not. I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah, not really anybody out there better. Lenog moves on from his team. Yeah, we're just kind of moving on through here. Quadro signs. There you go. Rejoin the broadcast team. Play-by-play of his team is massively above the standard a company of this size would require. The anchoring of this team is well above standard. The analysis is massively above standard. I think Joe Rogan has a lot to do with that too. Yeah, we'll leave that as it is. It's doing well for us. Let's see. Pancreas Genesis tonight. Still got a couple weeks of stuff here. Boom, boom. Let's see. Main archive. Some cuts. Mario Neto. Oh. Pancrase Fighter. Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to do too much there. Uh-oh. I looked over just in time to see message retracted. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Rob Emerson. Not much going on here. I'm pretty much just trying to get to the end of the month. UFC signed Sam Greco. Yeah, with I've been also working on, in some of my free time, figuring out stuff mod wise. Top 10 disappointment. He really came in with like a lot of hype because he's boss rooting, and then he just crapped the bed as a fighter. And now he just gets to sit here, hopefully as a top tier commentator. He gets to come back and just tell us of the tales of when he got his face beat in this very ring. Takeyasu Hirono's coming here. Okay. Yeah, we'll just make a real whatever type of deal here. Edgar Stewart. Oh, that's what's his name? Joe Charles in his picture. You know, it still made people despite the fact that I said don't make people, but it might just be a thing with just how some of the stuff in the game works. Pride FC offers Marcus Aurelio. They're trying to get Marcus Aurelio. I mean, in his rookie year, 12-2. I get why. I'll let you guys build him up. Then I'll consider what I'm gonna do. Lightweight divisions, mostly just short Asian guys. Hey, I had to find some guys to fill this place. I say fill it out like I don't have a shitload of fighters in all of this. This literally is coming down to having like 250 dudes. I'm like modern day UFC, where I just have like 250 people on payroll. Probably don't need that. Post-fight retirement for Giant Silva's retired. Yeah, 1-3. When was his last fight? Oh, it was a local show. After getting cut from Pride. At least he ended it on a W. He ended it on a win, so I'll take that. There you go, Silva. You ever gonna release some guys? I have been doing that. Well, I haven't exactly released dudes as much as I have guys that when they have their contract run out. I'm like the Tony Khan of WMMA here. I don't do a lot of releasing of guys, but I do get guys. Hirono's, I think, maybe he's not so much worth it, but usually I just kind of let them go through their fights and then just let them go, and that's what I've been doing recently. Once I realized how many dudes I have, I go, yeah, we can get through your fights and then just not bring you back. All right, Pancrase Underground is tonight, but also Revolution 81 McKee versus Lawler. Big show in America, big show in Japan. Man, they got a whole nother show just a week from now. And then Jesus Christ. All right, Colorado for this. The main event of McKee versus Lawler for the middleweight title. Randy Couture versus Bob Sapp. Quentin Jackson versus Rich Franklin. Jesus Christ. Bob Sapp is going to get murdered, isn't he? No, this is very close between the two of them. This will be interesting. This will be very interesting. All right. We'll skip through the prelims here. Del Hawkins, Kit Cope. Cope getting the win here. Goes up to slightly less than shit record. Name checks his sponsors. Thanks all his fans. Kit Cope gives a show of respect. Drew Montgomery, Moise Rimbon. Rimbon was kind of up there for a bit there. Then he lost to Tank Abbott. Then he lost to Tim Sylvia. And now he's losing in the prelims. I'm just trying to help get him back. But he's just having shit fights and then losing. He wants to face Scott Adams. Brian Garrity, Junji Ikoma. Garrity getting the win. He's still not a 50. There's not a lot of 50-50 guys here. Egan Inoue, Crosley Gracie. Crosley Gracie getting the win. Breaking a losing streak there, so not much needed on that. Mighty Mo Saliga versus Mike Bork. Bork gets the win. My God. 132 into round one, a plus 380. Plus 380. The drunk uncles still have it. Mike Bork gets his very first win in Revolution. God damn. He did it. The man finally did it. He has not won a fight since 1999. And he has finally done it. Oh, what a moment. You should retire right now. Right off into the sunset after this. I think he just signed a new contract. The drunk uncles have gotten their win. And it was a round one TKO too. God damn. Being a heavy underdog motivated him during training. He's delighted to have caused the upset and proven the bookies wrong. God damn. I'm happy. Mike Bork finally did it. Mike Bork finally did it. Rodney Glunder beating Benji Roddick. I think we're at the point now we're actually getting some guys who got some wins. He's still doing a lot of back and forth. 11 and 10 will do that. Benji Roddick, though. He was a guy who, if he took a win, maybe we'd be able to make something happen. But nope, he just couldn't make it happen. Nathaniel Baroni gets a win over Madu in 133 of round one. Oh my God, it is a night. It is a night. I am feeling the night. First, a Mike Bork win for the first time ever in Revolution. Then Nathaniel Baroni breaks his losing streak. He hasn't won in 2 years. The Heartbreak Kid is here and gotten his win. God damn. Name checks all of them. Baroni dismisses him as just another victim and brags about laying him out. What the hell? Just another victim. He's a 6'3", 240 Taz over here. Elvis Sinosic, Alex Reed. Reed gets the win. All right, bit of a streak going. We'll see. We'll see here. Coming off of a tough time with UFC. I think he got cut at 2-1 or 1-2. I think he probably got cut. Now he's coming back and he's racking up some wins again. He's getting himself back into this. Didn't think he'd beat Sinosic, but all right. All the Revolution legends are winning tonight. Elvis Sinosic praise. Dennis Stoynik, Alexander Emelianenko. Emelianenko sounds about right. 216 in round number 1. He hasn't fought in a little bit, has he? No. I think he's had some problems. It wouldn't shock me if he still comes back and has some problems. But he gets a win there. And we'll see how long that lasts for. Praises team sponsors, blah, blah, blah. Main show, Laverne Clark versus Pat Miletich. 2 Iowa guys fighting each other. Both of them definitely older. Miletich, I forgot I re-signed him. He is coming off a win against Jason Black. Laverne Clark coming off a loss to Carlos Newton, but still, not bad of all people. 280 versus 220. So Laverne Clark should have this, but you never know. Mike Borg gets the win. Miletich knockdown. Oh my God. Miletich was saved by the bell. Miletich saved by the bell, but it probably isn't going to matter if he doesn't knock down Laverne Clark. He's got this. Yep, there it is. There it is. There it is. Done. Done. Clark gets it. Well, he wasn't coming back, so there you go. All right. Thanks, everyone. Team Fry Severn has a lot of respect for Miletich. Speaking of Scott Adams, oh my God. Why is he a plus 100 to Mirko Krokop? What the fuck? Huh? Jesus Christ. I didn't realize he was that. Like, this is 2005 Krokop. This is supposed to be like prime Krokop here. We'll see what happens. Stand and bang. This could be another, submission fighting versus kickboxing. I have a feeling Scott Adams is going to go for oh God. I was about to say maybe he'll try to grapple and get head kicked, but no, he just got straight up head kicked. Poor Scott Adams. Was on the betting line was close. I don't know why, but sure. I guess because Krokop had come off a loss to Fedor Enrico Rodriguez. But he's back pretty quickly. Name checks, thanks his fans. Bye. Pete Spratt versus Eiji Mitsuoka. Shit, I did not mean to skip to the end. Damn it. Mitsuoka getting the win here. I don't think either one of these guys were... Well, Mitsuoka's got a bit of a... All right, he was on Elevation last time. He's on the main show. Gets a win on the main card here. Number 20 middleweight. Pete Spratt was number 8. Ooh. He'd won 3 of his last 4. Only lost to Robbie Lawler. That was in UFC. Jesus. Had a stint in UFC. He'd done pretty well with us after that. But Mitsuoka, able to get the win here. Referencing the scoring, he's perplexed about not getting a unanimous decision. Takanori Gomi versus Kale Uno, two longtime guys of Revolution FC. I almost did it again. Gomi's got a minus 350, though. Let's take a look. Gomi real quick. Did lose to Yamamoto. Not too shocking. It is Yamamoto, but other than that, he's been pretty good ever since his comeback to Revolution. And yeah, besides a couple years stint in UFC, he's been a Revolution guy most of the time. Let's see. Not much going on here. It looked like there were some submissions being attempted here with Uno. They say 10-9 for Gomi. Let's take a look at Gomi real quick. Also lost to Yamamoto. But that was in the finals of the title fight there. So otherwise, Magalhaes, Penn, Dakun, like he's done pretty well for himself. And then he did lose to, it looked like they fought earlier. He did lose to Gomi about a year and a half ago. So we'll see if Gomi still got his number. That we might already be done. There might not be much to talk about here. 1919, 2018 Gomi. Majority decision, Takanori Gomi getting the win. Minus 350. Makes some sense there. Name checks everyone. Shows a respect to Uno. Vernon White versus Frank at Shamrock. Fuck it, I did it again. I want to see this real quick. I'm going to return to the start. We already know what's happening, but might have weighed the same, but Shamrock comes in. So there was a I want to see how much of that got out of hand. I want to see if it was kind of instantaneous or if it got out of hand quickly. Nah, it seems like it was pretty instantaneous. It just one big strike ended up making it happen there. Wow. Oh, yep, there you go. Frank Shamrock. Yep, just one big punch ended up kind of getting him there. Shamrock breaking a big losing streak, especially since coming here. Did we steal him? Or did UFC cut him? I don't know. He seemed to be doing pretty well, but maybe a couple losses. Yeah, I mean, he was still a top-ranked guy. I can't remember if we stole him or not. Either way, he really crapped the bed as soon as he came to us. I wonder if that says something about my card creation here. Also, unfortunately, Vernon White, who's done pretty well for himself, has now gathered another loss. So, not the greatest. Thanks, everyone on his team. Ask you'd like to face Brandon Vera. Okay. Jeff Curran versus KJ Nunes. Two top-level guys in the lightweight division. I'm so close. I don't know why I keep potentially hitting skip to end all the time. Opening bell, they touch gloves. We'll see what happens. Curran, by the way, coming off of, he's got a bit of a losing streak here since losing his title, so looking to come back. KJ Nunes coming off a loss to Yamamoto. Everyone's coming on. Everyone in the lightweight division's coming off a loss to Yamamoto tonight. There's a reason why the man is the lightweight champion. Let's see here. Caught with knees. Not much going on here. Too much. We'll see what we can have come in here. Blood visible. Okay. Something. There we go. I've been also about all of this. It looks like they're going to go to a third. Wait, majority decision? I thought it was two 1919s. Am I silly? Okay, 1919 Curran, 2018 Curran, 2018 Curran. Okay. I was like, I thought there were two 1919s. I don't know why I was thinking that, but Curran getting the win, thanking his team. Says he isn't happy about the result. Felt it should have been a clear unanimous victory, unanimous decision victory. Gary Goodridge versus Mark Coleman. Herb Dean, the ref. Gary Goodridge coming off a loss to Scott Adams. He's been 50-50 for like 4 years now. So looking at a win here. Although Mark Coleman, interesting win-loss streaks he's been having. So both these guys looking for a win. Coleman is a minus 480. Coleman, I believe, just took him down. Mark Coleman, the MMA version of Johnny Sins. Let's see. Not much going on the ground. Another takedown by Coleman. It looks like he wants to keep him on the ground. I wonder if that's going to be enough to just call it after 2. 2018 for Mark Coleman. There you go. So Goodridge isn't able to keep up his 50-50 win-loss that he's had for quite some time now. Going all the way back to 2000. He's going to have to take an actual loss. And Coleman, trying to fight his way back, is now going to win 4 of his last 5. We'll see here. Praise Goodridge for a tough fight. I believe we're getting into the tip top of the card here. Quentin Rampage Jackson versus Rich Franklin. Not even the semi-main event. Big John McCarthy. At least he's still got a job here anyway, even if not a commentator. Both these guys look like they're going to... It looks like it's going to go quickly. Let's see here quickly, real quick. Rampage did lose to Little Nog, but he's been doing pretty well nonetheless. He did lose to Belfort and Liddell, but that was also 2 years ago. Rich Franklin has got 2 wins. He's got, oh my God, 6 of his last 7, only losing to Little Nog as well 3 fights ago. So both these guys doing pretty well for themselves. Minus 460, though, for Rampage. So this one should go easily into Rampage. We'll see. They say Franklin might have gotten the first round there, so we'll see. He might have gotten the better of Rampage. Let's see. It's just a lot of standing and banging between 2 dudes who are, I guess, yeah, boxing, wrestling, kickboxing, wrestling. So yeah, these guys can kind of just do everything, it looks like. So I think it's going to be a lot of standing and banging. I don't know if either guy is really going to be all that concerned about going to the ground. Time expires. They say Rampage. We'll see. 2018 Rampage, 1919. 2018 Rampage, we're not going to get a 3rd round. Fight rated as poor. Didn't seem like there was a whole lot going on anyway, but thanks to sponsors and fans, show of respect. We are at our semi-main event. Randy Couture versus Bob the Beast Sapp. I could see this being something that sells the tickets. I want to see this before we do this, because this could very easily go quickly. So Randy Couture, woo, is not the same Randy Couture that we signed. Man is old. Lost to Arlovsky, which is not bad. I mean, he lost to Mir, which is understandable. Lost to Arlovsky, which is understandable. Lost to Barnett, which is fairly understandable. Once you lost to Zensov, I think that tells us right there that even though he's ranked number 9, I think Bob Sapp is going to be coming to take that. Bob Sapp, of course, 7-1. He hasn't lost in a couple years. That was back in Pride. Revolution has done a great job of making sure that Sapp is put in a position to win. We'll see here. Couture looking to try to get back into this. Sapp looking to continue the momentum that he's on. Oh my God, is that going to be it? Is that going to be it? That's going to be it in less than a minute. Holy shit. Did he take a dive or is he done? Is this it? Is this it for Randy Couture? The man was knocked out 42 seconds into round number 1. I had a feeling it was going to go quick. I just had a feeling in my head that this was not going to last long. It was either going to be Sapp beating him quickly or Couture beating him within like the end of the first round because Sapp was sucking air. But Jesus, when we made Bob Sapp Finn Balor's manager, holy shit, that was my Hawkeye Pro stuff. So you're talking at least like 6-7 years ago now. Jesus, has it been that long now? Yeah, because like 2020 was my last Hawkeye Pro show. Lord. Thanks everyone for his preparing for his fight and his sponsors. Not much else. You're Bob Sapp, man. Entertain the crowd. You just won in less than a minute. What the fuck? All right, main event time. Antonio McKee versus Robbie Lawler for the middleweight championship. Lawler, big favorite coming in, but the challenge is thrown down and accepted. McKee, though, has been undefeated in Revolution thus far. And this is over the course of 7 fights. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I did sign him at one point. He lost his first fight with us against Giza Coleman. Since then, he's been a top-ranked guy. He hasn't lost in Revolution in over 5 years. Couple little blips in UFC, but since he's come back, he has not lost. Robbie Lawler. He's also had a couple blips in UFC. He did extremely well in Revolution when he was first coming up. Has not yet won the middleweight championship. Had his fight against Sean Shirk. Lost in his first official MMA loss. He did lose to Wonder Braga as well. And John Alicio, but he's back in Revolution and he's looking to get the championship. He didn't win the first time around back in 2003 at just the age of 21 years old. 23-year-old Robbie Lawler against the aging Antonio McKee, who has been through it all and has the momentum. Let's see here. This could be a good fight. Then again, every time I think that, we end up having it like out in the first round. Let's see. He tries to lock him into an armbar. HPW series convinced me Tama Tonga is going to take over the wrestling business in 5 years. I mean, he did eventually make it to WWE. So, I mean, there's something to be said about that, but I think he takes a back seat to like at least 4 other members of the bloodline, doesn't he? I don't pay too much attention to WWE. I mean, to be fair, there was a lot of times when he would do like G1s that people were convinced Tama Tonga was going to go into that next echelon, and it just never really happened. But who knows with WWE, you know, there's a little bit less pressure on him, I think, than in New Japan to perform in a certain way. But he's probably not going to be a gigantic star. That's a lot of successful takedown attempts here. They say Lawler. We're at 4 rounds. We're in the championship rounds. Wait, what happened? Oh, sorry. It's not on here because YouTube and Twitch chat stuff rules are silly. It's really just on Twitch, but yeah, one of the guys on YouTube saying that my Hawkeye Pro series convinced them that Tama Tonga is going to take over the wrestling business in 5 years. 39-37, McKee, 38-38. We're going to do a 5th and deciding round. Holy shit. This is a fight. This is a fight. McKee's down. No way. Is this how it's going to end? It's still not done. McKee's fighting. Lawler wants the title he never won. I don't think it's going to happen. All Lawler has to do is not lose, and I think it's done. Takedown attempt from McKee at the end. I don't think it's going to mean too much. Lawler end up getting the knockdown. McKee, Lawler, just barely a split decision victory. Holy hell. 5 rounds of very close fighting between the two. McKee nearly pulling it out. nearly pulling it out against Lawler, but Lawler finally wins the belt. Praises his team, sponsors, and fans. It was a tough fight and a show of respect to Antonio McKee. Was this the first time they fought? I'd have to look. God damn. Colorado doing pretty well. $500,000 gate. Critical rating is good. Commercial rating is great. Everything is doing all right. I don't know why the commentary team is slightly different, but I'm sure Quadros will be back soon enough. Maybe I forgot to save it. Once again, popularity increasing. I feel like, did this change? Are we now bigger in Japan than we are in America? Listen, I know they put Crow Cop and Scott Adams, but like Lawler and McKee's got to get fight of the night. We got to give one to Bob Sapp for knockout. Was there a single submit? There was not a single submission. Mike Bork is going to get a knockout for that as well. And Baroni's going to get a knockout. We're going to have 4 knockout of the nights, 2 fight of the nights. We're just watering it down at this point. Ryoko Sakamura has left Marigold. Oh, she just straight up. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Doc, did you hear that? Doc. Foamy left Marigold. Hang on. Doc.
Hello?
Doc.
Hello? What?
Foamy left Marigold.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
What?
Yep. They understand.
waifus.
Yep. Ah. All right. Well, I'm disconnecting now, so I can go back to my stream. Just wanted to give you that bad news. Oh, there it is. Ryoko Sakamura's departure. Been on hiatus. Will be leaving Marigold. Receive request of leave from the entertainment company she was affiliated with. I don't know. Maybe she should go back to doing Gravier. That might make him happy. PPP or Stardom now. I don't think it's going to be Stardom. PPP maybe. All right. Yeah. Give all these awards. There we go. $2 million, even after all the money I paid Bob Sapp. $365,000. I forgot. I spent so much money on Bob Sapp to get him. God damn. Pancrase Naoya Ogawa. What is he in name value? Low level regional, low level national. I mean, we mostly run stuff in America, so I'll probably let him go. I'll let them sign him. Kit Cope got hurt. I know that I knew they were going to be upset when you said Ryoko Sakamura left. I was like, oh no, they're going to be so upset. Missed a lot. Yeah, we're pretty much right at the end of the deal here. BJ Penn's MMA Open. Oh, he's got a new team. Pancrase the price. Oh, I guess I could look here, see if there's let's see, Juliana Werner, Greg Nash, Magomedov, Terry Martin. I don't know why I don't remember him. Jason Novelli. Dan Evenson, Mac Danzig, or JLS, Yuta Watanabe. Why do I feel like Yuta Watanabe ended up being a pro wrestler? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. 20 years old, 2005, so be 40 now. I don't know. Why is his nickname Andre? Especially if he's a middleweight, 5'11" middleweight. I guess that's kind of tall for a Japanese guy at the very least. All right, so we got 2 shows. We got an elevation and a main show because for some reason my league, because of the fact that I didn't want to take the recuperation lengths to off, I pretty much don't have anything set up for that as everybody's doing their own thing again. So it is what it is, but it's a solid thing we had there. All right, so it did save. It was saved there. There's 5 Watanabes in wrestling. I know, but there's a lot less male Watanabes in wrestling for the most part. Yeah, there's a lot. It's almost like it's almost like trying to find a Korean guy that isn't named Lee, because I think Lee's like a quarter of the entire country. And then you add in Kim, and that's like another 15%. Like, I think like 80% of all the Koreans are named, like, have like 3 last names. It's like Lee, Kim, and something else. Let me see here. So it doesn't look like, I mean, we already have so many people anyway, so it's probably fine that I don't pick up any new people. But yeah, we got a couple upcoming events. We'll probably build some sort of other elevation show with who we have. A lot of 8-dayer guys coming up. I'm not going to worry too much about that. So yeah, we'll have to do that. Or 23, man, but it is almost midnight. I wonder if there's anything else I want to do. I've been doing a lot of stuff with 2K25. NBA. I did get WWE, but I haven't done a lot of stuff in WWE recently. But NBA wise, I've been doing some stuff with like a custom league and all that, and was able to turn like a forget what it was, but was able to basically turn a my NBA into like a roster, and it worked out pretty well. Yeah, there's some stuff I was looking at with that. I'll have to see about that, but yeah, I think I mentioned it before. I don't know when I'm gonna get back around to college basketball, just because the save files seem to have been corrupted. So that's mostly why I did this and not something else. If 30 rosters of LeBron. See, that was the thing, is when I think I did a stream a while back of like a real like semi-pro league, like 12 teams in just these small gyms, and it seems to be turning out pretty well. And the full league is kind of there, and I kind of enjoy that. I wanted to do more, but yeah, once you start getting like real big, trying to do a lot of custom team stuff, NBA 2K is not really big on that. They're not really super keen on giving you a lot of, like, it gives you the freedom, but stuff starts breaking down quickly as far as if you're adding in like too many logos and stuff. And I think I kind of found the root cause, but yeah, go ahead and save this. Do I want to do anything beyond that? I kind of have to hit the restroom and everything, but yeah, I'll probably have to do something probably again tomorrow. 2K14 I think would be next. That was something else I wanted to try to do. I don't even know if it would be a good idea to try to move anything of my 2K14 to try to turn it into like 2K25. It'd be really cool to be able to do that, but once again, like I said, it's one of those things, once you get like enough custom teams and you're doing enough like custom nonsense, the game really doesn't like it. But it'd be really cool to be able to move like the custom rosters. I'd have to redo like all 30 teams and try to find like a 2004 roster that I could somehow convert over to 2025. Like I could probably take like one of the old eras rosters and move them over. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just have to stick with 2K14 for now. But plus I like 2K14, so it's not bad. But yeah, I've been trying to do some stuff with the custom league size of 2K25. And also, I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I've also liked trying to do something soccer-wise. I've always said I wanted to do hockey stuff, and I have hockey stuff in my head. I have soccer stuff in my head because the PES games are really good with kind of letting you build a lot of that stuff. A lot better than like 2K has. And NHL is usually pretty good with that too. I just got a Football Manager. More PES than anything. Yeah, I have played some Football Manager, but I'm not the best Football Manager person. I feel like I would not end up being a good person to watch for Football Manager because I'm not that skilled. I'm skilled enough to maybe like do some basic stuff and play the game and have some fun with that, but I don't know. I don't think I know enough about tactics. I think that's why, and I haven't played it in a little bit, but I think that's why I started getting into Pro Basketball Manager 2025 is because it's like Football Manager for basketball. And I know basketball a lot better than I do football. So I might have to jump back into that because I was doing some lower tier stuff with that and might be a good idea. Either way, like I said, I hate kind of making it a bit shorter, but yeah, I'll have to do some stuff with probably 2K14 tomorrow, and then I don't know, show off some of the stuff. The one downside with the new 2K stuff is a lot of the new NBA 2K stuff is like paid mods, especially some of the cool stuff ends up being paid plus encrypted, and I'm not fucking with the encrypted stuff. Because I don't need DRMs on my mods. So, yeah, run Basketball Manager with more than 2 leagues added. That's very interesting because I think I have a lot. I have a lot of leagues. I can't remember how many, but yeah, basically the game was warning me, you probably shouldn't do this, but it hasn't been a problem. So, either way, I thank you guys for coming out, for watching, and being back here for this. And like I said, it's been a couple weeks, but yeah, I think we're gonna be going back to at least some more, what's the word? More regularly scheduled streams, and get back into that. Of course, now that I'm thinking about it as well, we're not super far away at that point to TEW. and I'm going to have to start booking TEW again, which is fine because I want to do that. Oh, I got to look at Supermarket Simulator as well because 1.0 came out back in June, and then it just broke everything. And I feel like the last time I went on Nexus Mods, all the stuff that I did for like my retro game store still was broken. Because they hadn't gotten around to updating it yet, so I don't know if they've still updated it or not. I mean, it would have to be more products for sure. I don't know if more products still works. Last updated March 2025. So even if I wanted to do the retro game mod for Supermarket Simulator, I couldn't. So yeah, we'll have to see about other stuff. I've been playing a lot of Schedule 1 too. I got 14 hours into Schedule 1. But then again, I think a whole lot of people have been doing that, so I'll have to see. I know I at least got normal stuff that I'm planning on doing, so we'll at least have that, plus some other stuff that I've been working on, and now I'll have some more time to actually work on that. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. And anyone watching this on YouTube, at least on the VOD, since hopefully the live, I was going to say, hopefully the live has been working well. I'm talking to people on the live. So appreciate people being here both on Twitch and on YouTube. And being able to be here for that. And the I do enjoy the fact that the concurrent streams are doing okay. So appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.